Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is EverQuest Project 1999. And today we are on the green server. If it would play, there we go. On the level 11 Enchanter. Let me check everything, make sure it's looking good. All right, it looks good. Let's go, baby. All right, so level 11 Enchanter, duoing with Trey, Amarantia, the also 11 Cleric. Um, this is right after I had a crash. So, alright, so we're in Crushbone again, right? But I think this video is interesting enough that y'all will want to watch it, because I have to talk about a crash that happened. I got new gear for my Enchanter, for my Necromancer. We have a interesting group dynamic in this video. Um, I ding level 12 in this video. Like, there's multiple things that makes this exciting. Also, turning in Crushbone belts and shoulder pads at level 12 to show you how much that gives you. So I thought it was interesting enough. And you know the dilemma, like I always talk about with EverQuest. I don't need to say it again. By the way, this video will be your video that goes up against Gems of War class event video, and whichever video gets more views by Thursday night gets an extra video the next week. So you guys could potentially get 3 videos next week. Share this out. I know you can't do anything about it. You're here right now. You're doing your part. You're hearing this. But if you share it out, if you hit a like, if you leave a comment, all that stuff helps get the video more views. So you can do your share even just with the one view of you watching it. If you leave a like and you leave a comment, that helps a lot. It puts it out there to more people. It's analytics on YouTube. You know how it goes. And then you can go further by sharing it out to your guild, sharing it out to your Discord, wherever you think is best. But yeah, level 11 Enchanter, level 11 Cleric, grouped up at Slavers and Crushbone. We went around to all the other camps in the zone, and this was the only thing open. So, of course, we'd prefer like a wall group. Of course, I want to go into the castle and capture that footage of the camp inside of the castle with Emperor Crush and the Dark Elf and all that cool stuff sitting in there inside the castle. I would love to capture that. I don't know how I'm going to, but I would love to get it. But a wall group would be more appropriate. But they were completely full. I checked with my Necro. I talked to the group. We went over there again. And yeah, they were just all the way full. And the whole time, if they happened to need one member, that wasn't working for us because we got 2 people. And I'm not going to leave Trey to go join a wall group. I would never do that. And I don't think he would ever do that either. Then we checked the trainer. Somebody was up there. We're probably too high for the trainer anyway. So the next best thing is the slaver camp. It's not great for 11, 12-ish because a lot of the centurions are now not giving experience. I still think it's decent for level 11. We didn't try it for too long at level 12, so I'm not sure about 12. I guess if you're solo or something, level 12 wouldn't be terrible because you still got a decent amount of slavers and Legos that you could kill. And some of the Centurions will still give you experience, so I don't think it's terrible. With the boost of the modifier, with the experience boost, even green Centurions that give you experience are going to be worth it. So I still think it's decent camp at 12 if you're soloing or in a small duo or something, or you're going really fast. But that's around when it drops off. When you get to level 12, you should probably stop doing slavers in like a full group. You should move to the wall. You should move inside of the castle, something like that. But here's my new equipment. My enchanter went to lower Guck, and that video is out right now. I have 2 videos of my enchanter farming in lower Guck for gear for my enchanter. And I know that place isn't like super hard. Somebody left a comment like, I'm glad people are still doing lower Guck these days, and I think it was a snide comment, like a sarcastic comment. But there's so much. If you're twinking, if you're giving an enchanter that has nothing, if you're wanting gear for that enchanter or mage or necro or wizard or anything like that, lower Guck's perfect place to go. Where else are you gonna go? You can hit so many camps and get actual gear for your lower level twink. I mean, of course you could go kill guards or go somewhere better and get plat and then buy it in the tunnel. That's not as fun. I'm making videos here. I'm not trying to do everything perfectly with the meta. I'm trying to capture footage. So going to lower Guck, doing Arch Magus, Reanimated Hand, Assassin Supplier, all that stuff, and then getting the gear while I'm recording, and then giving it to my enchanter, who's then going to use it on video, is a whole different story. So I don't know if the person understands that or not. I think they were just being sarcastic and weren't really super serious about that. But yeah, I still think lower Guck's a good place to farm for gear. It made a huge difference here. I got Adamantite Band, 75 extra HP. My enchanter had something like 200 HP, and now it has almost 300. And that made a huge difference. When I was taking hits, I could definitely tell. And then the Serpentine Bracers, they're not really helping me too much, but maybe they got me over that soft cap of the agility. I never even looked at that, and I got like 9 agility on each bracer, or 3 agility on each bracer, and that might have made a difference. And just the AC makes a difference. So overall, I thought it was it really, I could tell. I could definitely tell. And then the Gator Scale sleeves. So that's what I gave to my enchanter from my Necro. Gator Scale sleeves, Adamantite Band, and 2 Serpentine Bracers. And we got the Gossamer Robe. Everything else is like cracked staff and cloth, but made a huge difference, I could tell. And I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to continue going to dungeons and looking for loot for my enchanter. So maybe not lower Guck over and over and over, but if it's working, why change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? I might have to like not record every single time I do that, so I'm gonna have to find time to go farm without recording, which is hard for me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. Maybe. We'll see. I'll try to make it interesting. That way I can just record a video every time. I'll try to do something different in every video. Like here with the Slavers Camp, we're 11. It's a little bit different. It's a cleric. It's an enchanter. We get another party member coming soon that makes it a different dynamic and more interesting, I would say, than what you've already seen. What else was I... What was the other thing I was gonna... Got level 12. Oh, the reason this video kind of starts impromptu. Well, me and Trey were down here at the Slavers duoing, and it was going fine. It was going well. And, I had the problem again where my laptop keyboard does not correspond. You think I would have learned by now. You think I'd know what I'm doing by now. But, my laptop keyboard does not correspond with the options in the options menu. The buttons it tells you to press in the options menu to do certain things does not correspond to my laptop keyboard. I pushed F9 to change my camera view, and this was like right before this video. This is what happened. We were just in a regular old fight. I was trying to record. I go to the options menu. I'm like, okay, what's the camera button to change camera views? I was trying to get you guys some good angles. Well, I hit F9, which is supposed to be camera, and on my laptop keyboard, it's lock. Of all buttons, every time I push an F key, it's always the worst one, I swear. The last time it did airplane mode. The last time I did that, it did airplane mode, which turned off my internet. This time, it locked my computer, which you wouldn't think is a big deal. You go in, you put in your password, you're back in action. Nope. Nope. It took forever to do that, and then I put my password in, and then I come back, and my screen's just black. I can still hear all the action happening. I can still, like, move a little bit. I was pushing directions, and I could hear my guy, like, walking, but I couldn't see. It was totally black, and there was nothing I can do. I tried to Control-Alt-Delete. I tried to sit and camp. I tried all kinds of stuff, and nothing would work. It was just a complete black screen. While I was recording, by the way, which was annoying, because I'd already recorded, like, 30 minutes of footage or something. And, yeah, complete black screen. Eventually I tried to type in group chat like I'm lagging, because that's all I could, that's the only thing I could think to say, because I didn't know how to explain the situation. And, I could hear Trey fighting, and I could hear myself getting hit, and I could hear myself walking, and I could type, I guess, but I don't know if it was going through or not. And, yeah, black screen, Control-Alt-Delete didn't work, nothing worked, minimize, maximize didn't work, nothing was working. So I had to power down my whole laptop. And, I come back, and it's taking my laptop forever to come back, too, when I just power down randomly. It's not the best laptop in the world. It's kind of crappy. It's just for work, really, and eventually, I decided to play P99 on it a couple years ago, 3 years ago, something. And I never like went out and got a better computer. I'm just still using my work laptop. That's not ideal for this game. And so I power down. I'm trying to get back up, and it's taking forever. It just doesn't want to come back. It wants to show me all this dumb crap I don't care about. I X out of it, X out of it. I'm trying to get on EverQuest. It's taking forever to load. I'm trying to go to Discord to let Trey know, like, hey, I crashed pretty much. And by the time I got Discord up, like EverQuest was up. So I logged back in. Luckily, he's still alive. I'm still alive. It's all good. He said supposedly like it got hairy. It got hairy for a minute. He was down to like 20% HP. I was just standing there doing nothing. And yeah. So got back in. That's where we start the video today, is me coming back from that situation. But yeah, the options do not correspond to my laptop keyboard. So whenever you give me like advice, you got to remember that it doesn't. But we're fighting a yellow Lego right now. We were too nervous to fight it by ourselves, even though I think we could have took it. Trey was really close to level. We're both 11. It was yellow to us. And we waited for another member of the group, which is Whammer. Whammer the mage. One thing I regret losing in that first section of footage was a lot of people sending me tells, and I could have shouted out a bunch of people, but unfortunately I lost it. I still have it, but it's weird footage. Like, it doesn't let me scroll through the it doesn't let me like speed it up, slow it down, scroll through it. You have to like watch the whole thing. Like, it's corrupt footage pretty much. But we got a mage, Whammer, with his mage pet, which roots. I like that. It's easier for me to get my pet to do the right thing when his pet is rooting. Because when something's rooted, it kind of just attacks the closest person to it. So I don't really have to get the aggro. Normally I gotta cast chaotic feedback or something crazy at the start of battle to get some aggro. That way it'll hit me. That way my pet will jump in. But with his earth pet, it was rooting, spamming root. So it would get that root, and then I would just get really close to the mob. It would hit me once, I would back up, and my pet would jump in. And I love that. So that was one of the awesome dynamics of having a mage in the group with a earth pet. Pretty much a free root that was helping me get my pet on the mobs way faster, which was helping our damage. Normally it takes me half the battle to get my pet to jump in, if I even get it to jump in. And with the mage pet, I could get my pet to jump in immediately. So what we're doing with the loot here is just loot until you get a belt. So let's say it's Whammer's turn. Whammer just loots everything until he gets a belt or pads. Then it's Trey's turn. Trey loots everything until he gets a belt or pads. And then it's my turn. I loot everything until I get a belt or pads. So that's how we were doing it. It was working very well. I liked it. We got Trey pulling, which is kind of weird, but that's what we had to do. I mean, we got an enchanter. I can't pull. If I go to pull, my pet jumps on it if I get hit. So it's just annoying. I would have to like drop my pet if I wanted to pull. Plus I need to sit. I don't have that much mana. You're like, yeah, but what about the cleric? The cleric needs to sit and get mana. That's true, but I don't know. He does. Trey's the only one that didn't have a pet. He was already pulling. He knows the camp. He never killed us with a pool. I've killed myself with a pool here a couple times. I always try to pull that stupid slaver cave up to the right, and I don't know why. Let's go ahead a little bit. You guys have seen this before. I like the dynamic with the mage, but it is a little bit dark right now, so let's just speed up the footage until it gets light out. I'll put it in 2 times until we can get some better lighting. But here comes Trey. But Orc Centurion pops in the camp. Luckily, he couldn't find anything, but we kill it really fast. Centurions were going down pretty fast. I would say 75% of the time at level 11, you're going to have green Centurions. 25% of the time, you'll have blue, and you can definitely tell because they're a little bit harder. They don't go down as quick. The green ones, though, they go down really fast. Like, our 2 pets could kill one in seconds. And if everybody's jumped on a green Centurion, they drop like pawns. But hey, you still have a chance at belts. You still got to clear out those PHs. You can't just leave them up. That's one thing with EverQuest. You can't just skip by pawns and green centurions in your camp. You have to knock them down. That way you have a chance at a blue centurion or a Lego or a slaver. I know it's probably not exactly the same with this camp. It's probably not exactly like that because I think there's certain spawns that have Legos and certain spawns that don't. There's certain spawns that have slavers and certain spawns that don't. But just this chance at getting a blue centurion, you got to knock it down. You got to clear it out. You got to kill the PH. You can't just leave stuff up. So anytime you see anything in your camp, you should kill it. That way you have a chance at experience the next time, a chance at a belt the next time, chance at shoulder pads the next time. You know, you got to do it. But yeah, this camp, I've done it quite a bit now, I guess. This would probably be like the 4th time or so. Probably 2nd or 3rd time I've showed it on video. You got the one, it spawns like right at the bottom of the ramp. It's pretty much in your camp where you sit. You got a roamer that kind of walks from that tree over there up the ramp back towards the front of the zone. You got a Lego to the left of you that kind of spawns near the little hut. Then you got a pawn that spawns in front of the hut. If you go in the house right there where Trey's going right now, there's always a slaver in there. And it's always by itself. It's a really good pool. You should always grab that one. Always go in the house. You'll be fine. And it's always experience at 11, for sure. Then to the left of the house, there's this little, like, hallway, this little corridor. And there's, like, centurions and Legos back there. Gotta be careful deep back there, but, like, the front of it, you can pull pretty easily. There's 2 of them there at the front, just right over a bridge. So you should always pull that from as your part of your camp. And then, like, straight ahead, there's a ramp you can go up into. There's one that stands at the top of that ramp. You should pull that one. If you don't go further in there, though, because there's, like, multiple slavers that are really hard to pull. I'm sure you could if you know what you're doing, but that's where I would die. I would pull those. They would all jump on me, and they would kill me before I even get back to the camp. It wasn't like, oh, I got it back to the camp and we couldn't handle it. No, like, I would die on the way back to the camp, even strafe running. And then further back, if you go along the right side of the house and you continue to, like, that tree, if you go pretty much while you're running by the house to the right of it, if you stop and then look to your right, there's like 2 or 3 right there standing outside of the little cave area. So there's quite a few to pull here. A lot of them are centurions, but you can get 3, 4, 5 slavers. You can get 2 or 3 Legos. It's still a pretty good camp. You see we're getting experience almost every time. But somebody got a belt. Whammer got a belt, so now it's Trey's turn to loot everything until he gets a belt. And those are the most desirable things, so I think that's a good way to do it. I got a belt right away. I think that Trey got a belt right there, and then I got a belt. Now it's Whammer's turn, you know, etc. It's pretty dark out still, so I'm going to keep it on 2 times. I don't want to make this video super long. Maybe I'll just go forward. Let's get it to where it's light out at least. You guys have seen this. I don't know why it's so dark for so long. I swear it wasn't like this. Okay, it's a little bit lighter here. Centurion kind of walking towards our camp. I blast it. The pet jumps on it. Pretty nice. See, there's one that spawns up here. There's some that spawn over here. There's one that spawns up this ramp. There's always one inside this house. There's one that spawns in your camp. Alright, you got to get it out 2 times now. We don't want to watch 2 times the whole time. Got 2 on us. I didn't feel the need to mez, like, a ton. It's right there, I mez, and by the time I do, they already killed the first one. The pet's rooting. I didn't have to mez. There's one time, I wonder if it's on video, where we pull 2 Legos at the same time. I think it is. That's probably the most exciting thing that happens in this whole video. Trey goes to pull a Lego, and he's like, I'm going to pull this Lego. Are you guys good on mana? We were like, yeah. And then I see the Lego, and I'm like, oh, I'll just pull it. So I pull the Lego, and Trey meant a different Lego, and he was already pulling the other one. It was totally my fault. We had 2 Legos at the same time. They were like even or yellow. It's probably the hardest fight and the closest we got to dying the whole time. Because this group was good. We kept looking and looking. I kept looking. I was looking for more, looking for more, looking for more. We were kind of like, hey, does the wall group need 3 people? Does the wall group need 2 people? It just didn't happen. I wasn't trying to do this camp the whole time, but or I was trying to get like a full group so we could pull non-stop as much as we could. It just didn't happen. There never was enough spots in the wall group. The wall group was there the entire time, pretty much full or just missing 1 person. And I even told the leader of that group, like, hey, send us a tell if you have 2 or 3 spots, because we would love to join the group. But it just never happened. They always had only 1 opening, and it was like, I think they were getting power leveled over there, so they were in it for the long haul. And then this group here, like, I kept yelling out, looking for more, looking for more, looking for more. See right there, wall group could use 1 more. What are we gonna do? I even told Whammer at a certain point. That he should go to the wall group because it's way better. I'm not selfish. I'm not gonna like hold somebody like. I'm not gonna get mad if we're a trio doing slavers and you want to go to the wall that got a spot open. This is pretty much the staging area where you're waiting to get into the wall group. And the wall group should be a staging area where you're waiting to get into the castle, but not very many people do the castle. Which is unfortunate, man. I haven't seen anybody in the castle doing that group. I know it's hard, and I know it's kind of weird because you have to be a certain level in Crushbone, and by the time you get to that level while you're in Crushbone, you're probably moving on to something else like Unrest or some other zone. You're ready to leave. You're done with Crushbone. The belts don't give you as much anymore. The pads don't drop enough. They don't give you enough. But, like, I would love to, like, record that freaking camp, and I never get to. I know I'm only level 11 right now, but once I get to 12, 13, 14, the experience is gonna slow down. I'm not gonna want to put out Crushbone videos back to back to back to back. It's like, when am I ever gonna be able to record that castle group or whatever it's called, inside Crushbone Castle with Emperor Crush and all that? I want to do that. It looks so exciting. Stuff is spawning right on top of you. There's a table in there. You got a throne in there. You got the little spot behind the throne, little secret area that goes up to the Dark Elf guy in the tower. Like, I want to record that so bad. I just don't know if we're ever going to be able to, because we got to... I feel like not enough people come to Crushbone anymore. The amount of people that come here is just enough to do the wall and, like, one other camp and have a couple other people running around. You're never going to get enough people that are like, level 12 and up to go inside the castle. And the wall group usually pulls the like, in this iteration of Crushbone, most of the time the wall group just pulls the whole castle. You might as well, if you're good enough at it, if you can. And I think that's what happens. Even though there's plenty outside of the castle, you can pull a lot of stuff around the moat. You can pull stuff from the right, from all around the castle. You can even dip in the castle real quick and pull a couple things. There's stuff like little nooks and crannies outside of the castle you can go into and grab stuff. There's so much outside of the castle and around the moat that you never run out of stuff, really. But there's never anybody in the castle, so why not go in there and pull it? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to solo in there. I'll try to show it somehow. When I get Charm, and I got Lull, and I got Mez, and I got Memory Blur, and I get all that cool stuff, maybe I'll go in the castle by myself and show it. Because level 12 is pretty good for an enchanter. You get a lot of good stuff. That's where you start to get... you actually start to become an enchanter. Right now, I'm kind of like a crappy mage with a little bit of enchanter tools. I can mesmerize... I can, like, crowd control a little bit. But mostly I'm a crappy mage right now. And my pet won't do what I want it to. I can't charm yet. I don't have breeze. I don't have quicken. I don't have slow. Once we get to 12, though, that's when it starts. That's when you get to be a real enchanter, I'd say. You can't judge an enchanter before level 12. You got to at least get to 12, because that's when you get charm. That's when you get, like, I think, like, memory blur. You get a few good things at 12. I can't remember exactly what it is, but, like, slow. think you get slow, maybe. It's definitely 16, 12, and 16. Or like when you become a real enchanter. 16 is like breeze. Between 12 and 16, you get a slow, a quicken, charm, breeze. You get all this stuff. AoE, mesmerize. You get all your cool enchanter stuff between 12 and 16. So if you're ever trying an enchanter, don't judge it until you get to around level 20, I'd say. Then you have a decent idea of how it's going to work once you get to like level 20. Because you've got 12, you got charm, you got 16, you got breeze, you can speed up your pet, you can slow down the enemy. You have all your tools pretty much once you get to 20 or so. And you know about how it's going to go. You're just going to get more powerful with the same tools. And it should be super fun. Charming, you can make anything you want your pet. You can make any two things fight each other that you want almost. That's the funnest thing ever. Like, whenever you're playing any other game, you'd love to, like, I wish this thing could fight this thing. I wish the Knight Cavalry could fight the dragon. And you can make that happen on this game. You can charm the Knight and make it fight the dragon. You can charm a Centurion and make it fight a Legionary. You can charm a Slaver and make it fight Emperor Crush. You can charm an Oracle and make it fight the Dark Elf up there. Like, killing the Centurions because we have to. Gotta do it. Gotta kill those PHs. You gotta take care of your camp. You gotta clean up your camp. You can't just leave stuff up. We weren't doing that at all. We were clearing everything pretty much, which I love. Now why don't you get another chance at something else? But 100% the gear I got for my enchanter definitely made a difference. I was able to take twice as many hits almost. I love the way I look now with the white robe too. Shout out to Whammer. I think we're getting to the point. Yeah, I say I have 15 minutes left to play, and I'm close to level. So we don't have too much left to go here. I'm hoping this is the last time you guys have to see slavers, unless I'm soloing in here, like charming. If I'm doing something different, if I'm soloing, if I'm charming, then I might show it one more time. But I don't think we're going to be grouped up in slavers ever again on this character, at least. So the dynamic, you guys got to see a mage, an enchanter, and a cleric doing slavers. I thought that was cool. We got the two pets. One pet's rooting. I'm able to get my pet on it a lot easily. We got two people blasting, three people blasting. A cleric is pulling and healing. Like, I thought it was pretty cool. We're fighting Legos. We're fighting slavers. We ding. Trey got level 12, I think, in this video. So congratulations to him. Level 12 on a cleric. I'm really close right now. I got less than half a bub to go to get level 12, which is a good level for an enchanter. Like I said, we get charm. Charm lasts like 4 minutes, too. Here comes the Centurion while we're pulling another one. Weirdly, though, this one doesn't attack us sometimes. I think it's such a low level of Centurion, it just walks through the camp. It's kind of crazy. You see me getting hit hard sometimes, but it's way better when I have so much more HP. Normally that would knock me down like under half to get hit that hard. But yeah, that was an easy one right there. And then this pawn is like always a pawn, but I just kill it. I don't like him standing there looking at me weird. Might as well just kill it. Get everything down. I think the Lego, like the double Lego pool, is where I ding too. So we'll kind of end on that. I do go turn in belts, but I'll put it in like 2 times speed and like jump around just to show you how much it gives you once you get to level 12. That's the thing, like belts fall off way faster than I thought. And I said it in a earlier video. You got to like turn those belts in when you're level 5, 6, 7. If you wait until 8, 9, 10, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. Or you better have a bunch of them. If you wait till after 10, you're going to get like 1 bubble for 2 backpacks worth or 3 backpacks worth. Alright, I went ahead and pulled both of those because I got my pet's on it though, like a dummy. Sitting there missing a bunch of times in a row, but it's alright. He took the aggro. Still a good crowd control. Sometimes Trey had to sit. He had to meditate. I understood that. I had mana. I went and pulled I did a pretty safe pull. Knocking down these Centurions so we can get something better in their place. I was casting my dot sometimes. I was casting my chaotic feedback sometimes. My mesmerize every once in a while. I was buffing whenever I had nothing else to do. The haze, the strengthen, the lesser shielding. That's pretty much what I was doing. Sitting there, getting mana, standing up, casting chaotic feedback, getting my pet on stuff. Mezzing like once in a blue moon. Casting dot when I had enough mana to do that. Like right there, I hit it with a dot. That way it would run over here. Sometimes when I hit it with the chaotic feedback, I hit it way too hard and then it just starts walking away. You know? So I kind of learned my lesson. I'm like, I might as well just hit with a dot. That way it runs over here and we can kill it over here instead of like blasting it down to like 10% and then it just starts walking the opposite direction. When I'm trying to pull it, instead of pulling it, I almost kill it and it starts running the opposite way. So I kind of learned my lesson there and started pulling with a dot. I think I get a better dot too, like 12 or 16. Choke, which will be a little bit better than what I got. Whirl to ya hurl, something I saw. Bunch of illusions I still gotta go get. I really need to get that freaking wood elf illusion. Because, and here's my example of me trying to pull. My pet jumps on it. If I don't hit it from downtown with a spell, then my pet's gonna jump on it before it gets back to camp. So that's the reason I couldn't pull. This is a perfect example of why. That building, I can't go in there, target it, blast it from far away, and then pull it. So the only way to pull that one would be to open the door, pretty much get hit no matter what. My pet jumps on it, stops it in its tracks, and then I'm not pulling it. We're fighting it in the house. So I couldn't really pull very good. I needed to meditate anyway. So the best option I thought was to have Trey pull. He knows the camp. He doesn't have a pet. It probably hurt his mana, but most of the time we didn't take too much damage. Like the pets were taking a little bit. We were spreading it out pretty well, spreading those cheeks. But he's pulling way back here right now. I'm getting closer and closer to that level. I said I'm probably going to ding and run. I was telling Whammer, I gave him like plenty of notice. Like, hey, you should join that wall group. We're leaving in like 20 minutes. When I ding, I'm out of here. I told him. But I think he was like only on for a short amount of time and he wasn't really sweating it. When our group ended, I think he stopped playing. Because I even sent the wall group a tell saying, hey, send Whammer a tell and have him join your group. I kept trying to push him on the wall group because I was trying to look out for him. He was a good group member, and I didn't want to lose him. He was definitely doing really good and contributing perfectly. He did nothing wrong the entire time. He was a good mage. Whammer was a good mage and definitely a great member of this little trio. But I was trying to like help him out by, we're leaving in 15 minutes. If you can get in that wall group, you probably should. They keep having like one spot open. That's not good enough for me and him, and we're leaving soon anyway. We're trying to duo here. Love having you in our trio, but if you can get in that wall group, you should probably go do that. I was trying to like help him out, but I don't think he was playing too long, so he just stayed with us till the end. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is anybody out there playing that? Oh, y'all are probably playing that Baldur's Gate game, huh? Baldur's Gate 3, is that what it is? So many new games out right now. I'm still sitting here playing this game. I'm still playing the same old games. Gems of War and EverQuest. I don't even have time for my other game, Elden Ring. I haven't played Elden Ring in like a month. Got 2 Centurions, but that's no big deal. That's just cake. Got experience off of that one, though. There goes the mage rooting. I love it, because then I can get hit real quick. My pet will jump in. I was semi-tanking. Got all that new gear, putting it to use. We got experience off both of those. Nice. Both Centurions. I'm almost level 12, and I got experience off of both of them. So definitely still a viable camp, but you can't expect wall experience off it. I told Whammer go to wall, you see? Wall group has room for one more. I said go to wall Whammer. I was really trying to help the dude out. But he rocked with us till the end, and I appreciate that. And like I said, he was really good. He did his thing. Exactly what I would expect a mage to do. Perfect. Same with Trey. Perfect. He did nothing wrong the entire time. He was a good puller. He healed us when we needed heals. He tanked when he needed to tank. He pulled when he needed to pull. He did perfect. So, really good trio here. I thought it was interesting. Mage, Enchanter, 2 pets, and a cleric. We pretty much have a group of 5. We got Vabobber, we got Gasser, and we got a cleric, a mage, and an enchanter. I guess it's my turn to loot. Oh, here it is. He says, good for a Lego. He says, good for a Lego. And I see the Lego. And my stupid butt, I thought that's what he meant. But he's already pulling one. And I see him running back. This was my bone. And there it is. I tried to move. I thought I moved in time to interrupt my spell. But I guess not. So I try to root this one. It doesn't take. I'm backing up, backing up. My pet jumps on it. His pet jumps on it. Trey's being super smart. He's not attacking that one, so I was able to mez it. Great job, dude. Took my mistake, and you did really good. He made it to where I was able to mesmerize that one that he pulled. And then we get to kill 2 Legos, which is pretty cool. But I made a mistake there. I thought there was not like so many Legos, right? There's like 2 or 3. So the fact that there was 2 up at the same time, I guess you can understand my confusion. And then I tried to interrupt my spell. If you go back and look at it, I was casting a dot, and I try to move at the last second to interrupt it. But of course, whenever you want a spell to be interrupted, it won't be. And whenever you try to, whenever you're not wanting to be interrupted, you get interrupted like 5 times in a row. You know how it goes. I said, my bad. He said, LOL, wrong Lego. I said, thought you meant that one, LOL. He says, he wasn't up when I was getting the other. Ding, level 12, though. 2 Legos got us the level. So Trey got 12, I got 12. I think Whammer was like 10 or 11. I think he was blue when he ran up. I think he was like 9 or 10. So I hope he got good experience. He was a good mage. That's about it. There's nothing else that really happens. So let's speed through the rest of this. I think we leave at that point. A Centurion jumps us. We go back to zone. It's a little bit interesting, I guess. We get attacked a couple times while we're running back. Like right here. Bang. Experience at 12. Hey, Centurions, they will give you experience. Slavers is still okay at 12. It's not the best. Definitely do the wall. Definitely go in the castle, but just letting you know. You can still get some sort of experience at Slavers at 12. The Legos for sure. The Slavers for sure. And there's 5, 6, 7 of those. Then you got some Centurions that will still give you experience. We had Whammer running around with 2 of them on him. So I decided to mesmerize one. We'll knock them down on our way back to the zone. No experience there, no experience there. Those are closer to the zone line. You gotta expect less experience the closer you get to the zone. Heading back to the zone line. We get attacked one more time. Whammer left the group. Hey, he made it. Maybe he went to the wall. I don't know. I didn't really keep track of him after that. He left the group. Maybe he went. But I think he said he was done. Or no, he said going to wall. Nice. It says it right there in the chat. That's awesome, dude. I hope he got like his ding. Because I sent them a tell and everything. I was like, hey. I told him to contact the wall group. I told the wall group to contact him. I told him in group chat, go to the wall. We're leaving soon. And I don't know why I'm talking about it so much. I just think it's awesome to help somebody get to their next group. It's like when you're leaving a group, you should shout out that you're looking for a replacement. And you should find yourself... If you have a full group, and you're like the cleric or the healer or the enchanter or the tank or something that's integral to the group that they can't really do as good without you, if you know you're leaving in 30 minutes, you should spend that whole 30 minutes trying to find a replacement for yourself. That's just etiquette. That's grouping etiquette. If you're the only healer in the group and you know you're leaving in 30 minutes, you should be hitting up everybody in the zone that can heal at all. Try to find yourself a replacement for that group so they can continue after you leave. You're not the only one in the world. This isn't the Truman Show. Those people will still be there existing after you leave and do whatever you're doing. So, and you're the only healer, the group's going to be way worse off without you. They need a healer. It's your job, since you're leaving, for that last 30 minutes that you're in that group, you better be sending tells and looking for that replacement. In the zone, outside of the zone, / who, all, this and that, cleric, druid, whatever. If you're the tank and you know the group doesn't have a tank, it's a bunch of casters and like a healer, and you're the only tank, you should try to find a replacement. It's just good group etiquette. Even if you're just not even you're just a damage dealer and they already have, they don't need, you should still like try to find a replacement, I would say, at least a little bit. Let's say you're the rogue and they have everything else they don't really, they're not gonna miss you that bad. They can find anything to replace you. You should still give it like a little bit of a try for the last like 10 minutes. Like, see if I can find a replacement for you guys. Or at least tell them to start advertising, like, hey, looking for more, and then as soon as that person gets there, you should go. That way they can seamlessly continue. It's just good group etiquette. Alright, I'm grabbing all my belts, or I'm putting them all in the bank or something, because I'm going to go to Caladum and turn them in to get my buffer for level 12. So you probably don't need to see this part. I'm AFK for a bit. I'm saying goodbye to Trey. And then I'm going to head to Caladum, probably the long way. I go off the orc lift, I head to the wall, and then I just follow the wall. I think it's the freaking long way. But it's the way I know, and I won't get lost. So sometimes that's the way I do things in this game. I go the way I know that I won't get lost. People beat me to places all the time. They go the fast way. They know how to directly go there. I just go the way I know. That way so I don't get lost. I don't get killed. I make it there eventually. I'm pretty patient. So we're running in, this is Greater Fey, heading to Butcher Block. Here's Butcher Block. And zoning in. So now we're in Butcher Block, just following the path pretty much. That's all you have to do to get to Caladum. Follow the path. Kind of trying to cut the path a little bit, get there a little bit faster. There's the guard shack. You just keep following the path. The only time you have to even make a choice, I think you turn right. It's pretty obvious. Alright, I'm inside of... Alright, let's watch me go in, at least. Alright, still on the path. Not sure why it's going so slow. On 2 times, what's up with that? Alright, anyway, I'm entering Caladum. Zoning in. So I gotta go to the bank, grab my belts, and then go to Nutsack and turn in the belts. He's the same guy. He takes the shoulder pads, too. With the belts, you turn them in 1 at a time. With the shoulder pads, you have to turn them in 2 at a time. Just know that. It's the same guy. It's Nutsack. And by the way, you can turn in bone chips here, too. So you should save up bone chips, save up belts, save up shoulder pads. Wait till you have a decent amount of them. And then you can come here and turn in all of them at the same time. Get some decent experience, a little bit of loot. Alright, I zoned into North Caladum because I think that's where the bank is. It's pretty easy to find. It's like right there at the zone line. It's called the Treasury. It's not too hard to find in Caladum, the bank. So I'm going to grab all my belts out. And we're heading back to South Caladum. Nutsack isn't too hard to find either. He's in like the southwestern part of the zone. I think I'm still looking it up. Alright, there he is. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So here he's in this area. You go to the southwestern part of the area. It's in this building. You take a right. You skip the stairs. You head all the way to the back right. There's Nutsack. And then you give Nutsack 1 belt at a time. You might be able to give him 4 at a time. I just always feel like that's risky. Turn them in. This is the level 12 experience for belts. You will at least see your bar move, though. It's not terrible. You can get 3 or 4 backpack fulls. Be decent. You're just never going to be amazed at your belts once you get past, like, level 10. You'll be disappointed at level 9, really. Level 8. It's kind of crazy. You can't really get belts on your own until you get inside a Crushbone at level, like, 6, 7, 8. And then by the time you're getting enough belts to make it a thing, the experience drops off. I always thought it was way better than that. But I got a nice bubble. I also turn in my bone chips, but I just don't show it on video. And there's the shoulder pads. They're way rarer. You got to turn in 2 at a time. And it's not like it gave me a huge half a bubble or anything. It barely gave me more than the belts. So but that's pretty much it, y'all. I still need to go buy my spells. I still need to, I gotta go all the way back to Akanon. I need to buy all my spells. I still need to go get all my illusion spells. I'm still gonna be on my Necro farming gear for this enchanter. Nothing crazy. I'm not gonna have like a fungi staff and a regen BP and any kind of clickies or anything. It's just normal stuff you would give to a low-level twink that's cheap stuff. I'm not trying to get anything too crazy. The craziest thing I would get is probably something worth like 1k. Yeah, I'm not trying to get anything too crazy for my twink, but yeah, I will keep doing that. So, looking forward, this video is going up against Gems of War class event video. If you guys get more views by Thursday at midnight, I'll do a third EverQuest video for you. But yeah, going forward, I'm going to be level 12. I'm going to start charming. Crushbone a little bit more, but I'm going to try to do like the castle, at least the wall, but I'm trying to get into that freaking castle. So that's what I'm looking to try to do. If not that, we're going to go to Unrest and start doing Unrest over and over and over. I'm going to start charming, and then if I'm not doing that, I'll be on my Necro farming gear for this character. Maybe we'll hop back to the Shaman and try to get out of that double hell, but yeah. That's it. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.